Hello and welcome to PowerPointer 257's C++ tutorial series. In this video, we're going to have some fun. We're going to print out Hello World, talk about Cout, and how to print out statements to a console in C++. So just two things before we dive in. I am currently on REPL right now. It's an online compiler. If you're a beginner programmer, haven't written a line of code in your life, and you want to know where you can even go to write some code, just Google C++ shell. There are downloadable compilers, which are good if you're trying to store larger programs. They give you larger amounts of data to work with. But for the sake of just printing out some brief statements, I'm just going to use an online compiler, and I prefer REPL. And second thing, just a couple of libraries that I'll be including at the top. In most of my programs, I'll be including using input-output stream as well as a string library. And I will also be using namespace standard. It's kind of controversial. A lot of people say it's bad practice to use namespace standard, but I'll be catering most of these videos towards people who are looking to learn C++, and don't have a ton of experience. And for the sake of that, I believe it's a little more simplistic to use namespace standard, and I'll show you why. So without further ado, let's get into it. Writing Hello World. This is pretty much as simple as it gets. Cout hello world semicolon. Every statement in C++, for the most part, just general rule of thumb, ends with a semicolon, so may as well get used to hitting the semicolon after a lot of lines. Let's run this. Boom, hello world. Now let's say we wanted to write hello world, and then we forgot the number 4, assuming 4 is, this might be a bad example. Let's use a word. Let's say hello again. Let's space this. You can separate them by using these two, I don't know what to call these, but these two symbols. It's a general stream. So this is one stream and this is a separate stream. But as long as you're not ending the line or doing anything to it, you'll see hello world, hello once again. Now, if we did want to end this line, right, there's a couple things we could do. What I typically do is you can use these, I don't know if dash marks would be the wrong term. I'm not sure what to call them, but anyhow. And then you could write the syntax ENDL, which means end line. And so what this is going to do, this is going to end this line. So if I want to go to the next line and write hello world number 2, I'll just end this line as well. You'll see what happens. So the line ended right here because this is when it had this command and line, and then it started a new line. Now we ended this line, so what if we want to do hello world 3? Number 3. Remember to include that semicolon. I'm not ending this line, just to let you guys know. And so let's see what happens when I didn't end this line. Let's go again and say 4. I didn't space this, and you see what happens here. Hello world 4. So if I can take, I just threw a lot at you really quickly, but if I could take you back through line by line, let's comment these out really quick. Really quickly, commenting is just these 2 backslashes. This code won't affect my program now. But as you can see, and let's delete this headline hello just for the sake of that. We can just break this down. Basically, if you're using namespace standard, if we weren't using namespace standard, you would have to write std : which can get a bit tedious. So that's why I'm trying to keep it simple for the sake of these videos. But basically, cout, this is the command when you're going to try to print something out to a console. For the sake of this video, I'm keeping these so far. Yeah, why not? Actually, now that I'm thinking it, I've just been printing out what's called strings. We'll get into those in roughly 2 more videos when we talk about data types and things and whatnot. Data types, variables, integers, doubles, whatnot. But for the sake of this is a string, but theoretically, yeah, why not? We could print out a number as well, 4. And this would print out the number 4. We could now, if we group this, 4 plus 1, what do you think it's going to print out? It's going to print out 5. But once again, keeping it simple for the sake of this videos, don't worry about integers or strings or whatnot. Cout is the command. If you're using namespace standard, cout is the command that's going to create a stream to the compiler, and you're going to print out whatever's in here. And then if you want to end that line, you can either type end L, or let's go back to a string for a second, just for this example. Let's type in hello. What you could do is perfectly valid is go \n. This doesn't need to be necessarily right after the last character. It could be spaced out or whatnot, but \n has the exact same features as ENDL. Their responsibility is both of their responsibilities are to end the line, and so that's what we'll see right here. Let's comment these all back in, and we'll see what happens. So what's gonna happen? We're gonna cout hello, end this line, cout again, end this line again, but just using a different syntax, personal preference really. And then we're gonna see what happens. Let's not end this line. Let's put one more. Say cout 5, and we're gonna see what happens. So right here, we ended this line using the \n. Right here, we ended this line using ENDL. They both work perfectly. In this case, we forgot endl, and look what happens. 5 is right here instead of appearing on a new line. And just remember, in C++, all your statements pretty much are going to end with a semicolon. So just get used to that muscle memory. And hopefully see you next time. We had some fun today, hopefully. And see you guys next time.